welcome to the Truth Be Told with myself, Tbeyb. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, welcome to the Truth Be Told with myself, Tbeyb, on KUAW Radio and Texas 101 Jams. If you're listening to me over the air via TuneIn app or the website, or and you want to watch me live, hop over to our Facebook page, KUAW Radio. Make sure to like, subscribe to our, and share with your family and friends our Facebook page, as well as YouTube, Periscope, TuneIn, Twitter, Instagram. You can find us on KUAW. Mr. Walker, I can hear you. We can find you on KUAW. You can find me on KUAW Radio. Make sure to like and subscribe to all those pages, as well as Texas 101 Jams. Make sure to follow that on Instagram, my personal Instagram, Tbeyb, that's Tbeyb, on Instagram, Facebook. You can find me all those places. And let's see, if you got a business or an event that you'll like sponsor here on KUAW or music share here on Texas 101 Jams, make sure to send me an email. You can email me at KUAWradio at 985@gmail.com. As well as hit us up on Texas 101 Jams DM Instagram page if you want to get your music streamed on Texas 101 Jams. And yeah, so let's get into it. I guess we'll start off by talking about these Chiefs. Okay, I'm so proud of my Kansas City Chiefs. I'm proud of the Cowboys too. I know Dak. I know my co-host Carmen Lieber. She's not here with me today. She had an emergency, so just send out good thoughts for her. But yeah. So the Cowboys did good. Dak came back this week, so I know that they were happy about that. But the Chiefs, let's talk about these Chiefs. Y'all know I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and the Chiefs showed out this past Sunday against the quote unquote #1 defense. 44 points put up on the board by Patrick Mahomes and them offensive boys over there. So definitely proud of them. Continue to rock with them as always. Win, lose, or draw. I'm still a Chiefs fan, So, but it's happy to be in this winning season, taking the with the aroma, we all could use a winning season every now and then, right? But so yes, okay. What else I say? Oh yeah, so I didn't want to talk about Kanye again this week. I really didn't, you know what I'm saying? But as we all see in the news or at the social media, the news, everywhere else, then it's can't help but to discuss Kanye. And it's crazy because I'm like, is he doing this on purpose? Hey, Bill. Oh, my old comedian, I miss you. Hey. I don't know if y'all listen to Truth Be Told when he used to be on the Truth Be Told, but yeah. Yeah, so what else was I say? Oh, yeah, so I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, if he got something that's about to come out and he just wants to be in the press and all these type of things like this. I really don't know. I can't really call it or whatever. However, okay, I don't know if, a lot of people, well, if you listen to me a lot, that sometimes I mostly agree with the things that Kanye does and says. So I kind of understand it on a different level. People like say it's crazy, it's under the Kardashian curse, I'm saying, things like that, which seems like now y'all seeing the Kanye without the Kardashian curse or whatever. It seems like he's just going up against the powers that be. And a lot of people don't want to understand, like, okay, he's crazy, he's this, he's that. I didn't even listen to the Drink Champs interview. I'm not even gonna lie. If they took it down so fast, I didn't get a chance to check that out. I might try to see if I can stream it. Maybe. I don't know if it's still on there or not, but I didn't get a chance to check to hear, things that he said in that interview. I could tell he made a lot of people mad by all the things that have been going on surrounding, what he said on that interview, all the contracts he didn't lost, all the deals he didn't lost, like with Balenciaga, Forbes, Adidas. This keeps going. Most of all his basic connects or whatever have decided to cut ties with him. I seen that his net worth dropped like 400 million, which is not making him like not a billionaire anymore. Hey, not making him a billionaire anymore, things like that. Now, one thing that I see so many different perspectives on what's going on with Kanye. You know, a lot of people feel that. Well, let me say this: the George Floyd comment was too far. He took it too far with the George Floyd comment. Like, why even speak on him anymore? Like that dude should just let that go. Let that rest in peace. We shouldn't even be bringing that up no more, anything like that. So I don't know if it's the cost of the explosion. Yeah, like I don't know what he's building up to or what he has going on, but I feel like it's something coming from Kanye, and there's a reason that he's doing all this, because he wants everyone talking about him like they are. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't help but to talk about Kanye. Like, I didn't want to talk about Kanye today. I really didn't. But ever since all I've been seeing on social media and everything since I got up is freaking Kanye and all these deals that he's missing and all this money that's been taken away from him and everything like that. And then truth must come to light. Exactly. And that's another thing that's saying, like, crazy. Kanye said some crazy comments. Okay, he said some crazy comments, like the George Floyd thing was a crazy comment, but a lot of things that Kanye say are the truth, and people don't like the truth. You got to understand, when people start exposing the truth, they want you to look at this man like he's crazy. They want you to look at this man like he's out of his mind and he's just losing everything and doing all this or whatever. And so that you'll look at him and you're not listening to what he's saying, because if you start listening to what he's saying, you will understand that Kanye really be speaking the truth. Most of the time, people just don't like to hear it. People don't like to hear the truth when it contradicts their beliefs, if that's the way to put it. Like, when we think about all the truths out here that we have been exposed to, that people just don't want to accept. We can talk about the holidays. The holidays have been exposed for so long, yet we still choose to follow the traditions. Christianity has been getting exposed left and right for the truth of how it was built, what it was meant for, how it was interpreted, how it was changed, all these type of things and everything. But yet the truth contradicts the popular belief, so people go against it. It's the same thing that I'm seeing with Kanye West. People don't like the things that he is saying. They don't like what he's besides some comments, okay? Not all comments. You cannot say that. You got to take everything like a grain of salt. Everything has to be shifted through. You know what I'm saying? When you see things, people say things, or you hear certain things at a certain point just to spark a thought in your mind. Wherever that thought may lead you to, it's something that sparked that thought, that planted that seed for you to go grow your mind to get an understanding of what was said. Whether it was something that you knew, whether it was something that you didn't believe. See, a lot of times when people don't really believe things, the first thing they do is like, let me go look that up. I know I do. If it sounds something so crazy, or if it's something that's so contradicted to my own personal beliefs, I'm going to go look it up. See, we don't use the power of knowledge that we have these days. And we got to understand that knowledge is power. That's the most power you can have. You can never learn too much. You can never know too much, but you can know too little. You definitely can know too little. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to always be a student of life. You always have to be willing to understand, to find a deeper understanding, to do the research on what it is that you need to do, so that you can come to a broader conclusion of certain things that you may not have believed in, but only the fool is obstinate. See, the thing about it is the fool is the one that does not want to change his mind. A wise man changes his mind. Or I think I'm saying it backwards. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, when you know better, you do better. What I'm saying is, like, when you learn different things, you're supposed to act accordingly. That's why I really love KUAW. Y'all tell y'all this all the time: knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Because when you become aware of something, that's the knowledge of it, right? When you go research it and you decipher it for your own, you meditate on it, you get your answers from the universe, your higher power, or God, whatever you want to say. Get your answer from wherever you need to get your answers from. But what's saying is, when you do that, and then you are able to come to your own conclusion, so your own understanding of it. And then as you understand it, you're able to apply it to whatever aspect of life it needs to be applied to. And once you apply it, that becomes wise. You become wise in that moment. We go through several different things in life that we have to be able to research and do a little deeper research on it, because we got to realize that everything that we've been taught or everything that we've been programmed to believe in social norms and society has to be questioned. It has to be questioned. Everything has to be questioned and researched for your own understanding. Don't lean on what other people tell you. See, so much we get caught up on what another person says. We get caught up on what someone else's beliefs and what they're telling us is true, or what they're telling us that we should believe, or what they're telling us that we should be doing. But when we don't do those things, or we go against those things, and then you're looked at as the outcast, right? You're looked at as the outcast. But the thing about it is you can't be the outcast. Being an outcast is not a bad thing. That's just like the black sheeps in the family. Most times they're the ones that make the most money. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not held down by family traditions. See, family traditions are like chains. You know, they hold us down in a lot of different things where we cannot grow and aspire, because this is the way my parents did it, or this is the way my family does it, or this is what my family believes, so this is what I automatically have to believe. No, at some point we have to get our own understanding. I'm getting hot. I'm gonna have to take this hoodie off. But we have to get our own understanding of what it is, how life works for us, because each individual is different. You know, so I won't be out here just so quickly to judge Kanye on the things that he is saying, right? And so then another thing that we can go back into this situation of why I feel like Kanye has something that's about to come out, and it's probably going to be major. You know, like he has something that's about to come out, or something that he's about to do, and it's going to take him over the top, because Kanye is not a stupid man. Okay, ain't no way he can make that much money and be a stupid man. Ain't no way that he could be in the circles that he's in and losing the contracts that he has to get them contracts in the first place. He could not be a stupid man. So calling Kanye stupid or calling Kanye crazy is out of the question when you don't have as much money in your bank account as Kanye. Period. You know what I'm saying? You can't say certain things when, like, shoot, you might need to be paying attention to some of the things that he's doing. You might have to just be paying attention about it, because at the end of the day, he doing something obviously that most of us not doing, and we ain't got that amount of money in our bank account. Period. Now, he's getting out of all these deals. Now, we talk about how unfair these labels, these high dollar labels, Balenciaga, Adidas, not Def Jam. I know they cut his music and label, but you know, that's they fault. They crazy, because people love Kanye West music. So it's like, y'all willing to lose out on all this money. I know who ain't gonna cut them. Tidal. You know what I'm saying? I know who ain't gonna take Kanye West music down. Tidal. You know, so at the end of the day, it's like, you're not gonna stop what they say, one monkey don't stop no show. And that's what I really feel like that's what he about to show us. Or that's what he about to show y'all. Like, one monkey don't stop no show. Not 3, not 4 monkeys don't stop no show when you got 10, 15 monkeys in the bag. Like, we about to say, people ain't about to quit wearing Yeezys because they don't like what Kanye West said. You ain't seen nobody out there burning no Yeezys because they don't like what Kanye West said. Ain't nobody doing that. And if they got the opportunity to buy them, they gonna go buy them. Shoot, they ain't gonna stop buying them just because Adidas decided they gonna cut that contract with them. Look, Kanye don't need Adidas. He been saying that. He didn't need them. Blend his clothes. He don't need the clothing labels. He can take all his things and all the things, the platforms and things that he has built for himself already, and piggyback off those things and continue to make the same amount of money, if not more, than what he's already been making. Because what are people gonna do? Our people ain't about to stop trying to not have the drip. I know if y'all see my air quotes, y'all can't see my air quotes on the radio, but yeah, air quotes, like the drip, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a whole nother thing too. And I'm gonna get to that in the second half of it, because it goes into what all these labels dropping them and things like that. And it's what society thinks is cool, or what society thinks is acceptable, or what society thinks make you matter of fact, let me find it while I'm looking for it. I don't know where it was at. But what society thinks is what's for you and things like that. Now, we talk about all these unfair deals that our people get into where they're not really making enough money, where all these higher up Europeans are getting rich off the backs of our people because we, like how the way that we support, they want the drip, so they gonna go get it. They gonna go buy, they buying the Yeezys, they buying, his supporting the things he do, no matter what he say, they still gonna buy because it's what's popular in society. And people like to be on the up and up and like to keep up with the Joneses, as people like to say, you know what I'm saying? So they feel like they gotta have all those type of things anyway. So if he start producing those things on his own, which I'm pretty sure this is what's happening, then he's not gonna need the middleman. He just, all Kanye did was just get out of his contracts without breaking his contracts and without owing anybody any money. So now they're the ones taking the loss. They said that Adidas they're prepared to take a $246 million loss off of breaking ties with Kanye. $246 million in revenue that man brings to their company. So because they don't like what he's saying, or because they want to silence him, or because they want to control his mind and what he can say, what he can say and what he can do, his freedom of speech, basically, because that man can say whatever he want to say. That don't mean y'all got to take it as truth. That don't mean that y'all got to take it and run with it. He can say whatever it is he want to say. Like I said, go research it. You want to believe it, believe it. You don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? But you make your own choices. That's what's wrong with our people. We always want to put the things that we do or the decisions that we make or the way that we think off on someone else and make it seem like it's someone else's fault when really we're the only ones responsible for our mind. We are responsible for what we put into our mind. We are responsible for what comes out our mouth. We are responsible for the things that we teach our children. We are responsible for the things that we get up and choose to do on a daily basis every time your feet hits the ground. Can't no one else, you can might say someone else may influence you. I remember, I'm gonna tell y'all because I'm looking for this thing. But I remember when I was younger growing up, I was probably about 17, 18. You know, that age where you think you know everything, you want to do everything your way and everything like that. But I'm a Scorpio, so shout out to Scorpio season. Oh yeah, it is Scorpio season. Shout out to my Scorpios. But I'm a Scorpio, so I've never been the type of child that always not necessarily got in trouble, but my mom knew that I'm gonna do like how she used to say, and I'm gonna tell y'all my middle name right now, but my mom used to say Rashida gonna do what Rashida want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. I'm gonna do what I want to do, whatever decision that I make. And the crazy thing about it is my dad taught me at a young age that it's like, as long as it don't matter what it is that you do, all you got to do is think about that. And it's probably why I know how to play chess and as well as I do, because you got to think about all possible outcomes. You got to think about all moves that can be made based off the move that you made, and you got to do all this before you make your move. So when you think about this, you're thinking about all the possible moves that you're thinking about all the possible moves that you can make, all the possible moves your opponent could possibly make at that time, and then what move that you can make after that to see where it's going to get you. You're thinking about 3 or 4 moves ahead of the game. Okay. That's the same thing when you have to think about when you have a choice, when you decide to do things or whatever. I think about, can I handle the consequence? What are the possible consequences, and can I handle them? You know what I'm saying? To my actions. What are the things, what kind of consequences can this put into motion? And can I live with that? And can I handle that? So if I choose to go out here and start being a drug dealer or whatever, can I handle being in jail for 10 to 15 years? Am I willing to put my family through that? Am I willing to sacrifice that for the things that I want or to the places that I need to be? Not saying that's just an example of the type of possibilities that you have to think of when you have to do stuff. Even when you're in a club and somebody step on your shoe, or somebody say the wrong thing to you, or somebody make you mad, your initial response will want to be to knock that person out, or to get into a fight, or possibly pop your trunk and get your gun or whatever. A 5-minute decision can cost you a life sentence. But you got to be able to think of those things in a moment. See, we don't want to take accountability for our own thoughts, which lead to our actions. Because when you have to take accountability for what it is that you're doing, then you understand that you're the only one responsible for the outcome in the position of where your life is right now. You're the only one responsible for that. You can't blame it on, you ain't got nobody to blame it on. And that's why society doesn't like taking accountability for that actions. So anyway, let me see. So it says what society thinks is cool. Louis Vuitton, 75,000 BMW, newest iPhone, a high-rise apartment, you know what I'm saying? Things that should be considered cool or whatever. Zero debt. Traveling the world. Like expanding your mind, you know what I'm saying? Retiring your parents, not having to work a job if that's what you believe. See, everybody is not able to be an entrepreneur. Everybody is not capable of being an entrepreneur. Everybody does not. We talk about this all the time. Everybody does not have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. It's not for everyone, you know what I'm saying? But not having to work a job is a dream, because what it is it's waking up whenever you want to. See, when you can wake up in the morning whenever you want to wake up and do whatever it is that you want to do and set your own schedule according to what it is that you want to do, and you don't have to worry about clocking in for somebody or being late for somebody or losing your stream of income that, you know, hold your safety net that, that provides for your life or things like that, you know what I'm saying? But you also still are provided with the means that you need to fulfill your heart's desires. See, things about it is our heart's desires are our heart's desires. Everyone is different. What's rich to me might not be rich to you. What's wealthy to me might not be wealthy to you. What's freedom to me may not be freedom to you. Right? What's considered freedom. My happiness is not based on what someone else is, we're not the same. Everyone is different. My happiness is based on something different than yours. We're not robots, we're not pets, we don't all work the same, and that's another thing. When last week when we were talking about like the numerology and the astrology and everything like that, because those type of things help us understand that we are not all the same. It helps us understand that we have different thinking. So we have to treat people accordingly. You know what I'm saying? You have to act according. I gotta quit saying, you know what I'm saying? My daddy used to hate that as a space filler. When I took public speaking, they say we have certain space fillers, and is one of them, and you know what I'm saying? It's one of them. And I don't know, it's crazy. I just thought about that because I feel like I didn't say it like 3 or 4 times. So I apologize for that, y'all. But anyway. So we have to change, or we can't always just go with what society. I'm saying all this to say that we cannot always just go with what society deems is right, or what society deems is the trend, or what society deems is cool for you to have right now, or you're supposed to have, because then we just creating ourselves in holes and in a hole of debt, having things, a whole bunch of things that do not matter. In a minute, those Balenciaga belts, those Gucci shoes, those Louis Vuitton hats, those are the type of things that there's not nothing wrong with wanting nice things. There's not nothing wrong with having nice things. It's just don't let those things control or define who you are or how you feel about yourself, because they do not. And society will make you think that you're not. I'm the coolest person that walk in any room, in whatever room that I'm in. No matter what I got on. It don't matter what I'm wearing. It don't matter what my hair look like. Don't matter what my nails look like. It's nothing like that, because the inside of me, my personality, my soul, my character is something that cannot be matched. And that's the type of confidence that I have about myself. And that confidence shows in everything that I do. That confidence shows when I talk. That confidence shows when I walk. Like when I walk in a room, the energy has to rise to my level. I'm not circumcising myself to the level of the energy in the room. That's not something that I do. Even if it's somebody around me, you can't bring me down to your level. Outside influences do not affect me. And that also goes with what your mind and what you think that it is that you need out of life, and what you think that is important in life. All those things are based off of outside influences. When we are influenced by society, the way that we think about people, we go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? We go with the flow instead of listening. Well, it used to be take the meat and leave the bones. Like you got to take the meat and leave the bones. Don't kill the messenger, but you got to take the meat and leave the bones. Whatever it is that suits you, whatever it is that resonates you. Don't just don't just wash something off, or wash an idea off, or wash a theory off, or wash a person off, because you don't necessarily agree with what it is that they're saying, or what they're saying is in direct opposition of your current beliefs. Because beliefs change. As your understanding and perception change, your beliefs should change as well. So when you start thinking about what is cool or what is acceptable by society, I don't want to be accepted by society. I want to live my heart's desire. That's why I feel like financial education is so important, because we go out here and we're trying to impress people who have less money than me. Why? I'm never about to be in a room trying to impress people who have less money than me. If we want to say that America is based off money, if your status is based off money or what it is that you have, then let me tell you, I'm never about to go try out my way to try to impress someone who has less money than me, who has less financial power than me. Because see, I consider credit money as well. So you never really know what a person really has, and that's why this shouldn't even be a determining factor. It's crazy when people say that, because you're trying to decide if you can tell how much money someone has based off what they have on. If they have on Louis Vuitton, if they have on Gucci, if they have the latest Yeezys, if they have the latest Jordans, oh, they must got money. Oh, they got diamonds around their neck. They got watches and this and that. So you might think that they give you the impression that they have a lot of money. They drive a nice car, a luxury car. So they give you the impression that it's a lot of money, but these people go home that's $75,000 in debt to a home that they're renting. They don't own it. They don't have a mortgage. They pay rent like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? They going out, they go into the, like, what? That don't even make no sense. Because you want to impress, you want to keep up with the Joneses, you want to give off the persona that society tells you is what rich looks like, because of what we see in the music videos and what we see in the athletes and what we see with all these diamond chains and like all that stuff. So you want to keep off that because you want to give off a certain persona that's not necessarily where you are. Because what's important is not having debt. What's important is owning a home, having a trust, having bank accounts, having life insurance, creating and setting up for the future generation that you're out here creating. That's setting up a financial future, what you would like for your child, for your children, for the people that's to come. You're supposed to be building something for them, not out here just trying to look the part. If you're not, why look the part if you can't really play the part? Why look the role if you're not really in the role? I know people say fake it till you make it, but the thing of the bottom line is you don't understand the foundation of what it is to make it. You thinking that it's just money. It's not. People have a lot. You can have all the money in the world. If you don't know what to do with it, you're going to be broke. That's why most million people that hit the lottery go broke within a year or two or three. We're going to say 5. Let's give them 5. I mean, it's a real statistic, but I ain't looked it up. But they go broke. Because having money doesn't mean you have good money management. Having money does not mean you make good investment. It does not mean that your mind is somewhere more capable of making money because of me or because more than me. Because I may do it at a slower pace than you, but you don't understand the background of foundation that's being built, because you can't see my credit score when you look at me. You can't see if I own or lease my car. You can't see if I own or rent my home. You can't see those type of things when you're just looking at me. But those are the type of things that make you wealthy. Those are the type of things, the investments. You don't know my stock portfolio. How much money I got sitting in Wall Street, my retirement plan, my annuity plan, my insurance, how much life insurance I have. You don't know that by just looking at me. But those are the type of things that's real wealth. That's real richness. You know what I'm saying? Like our minds get caught up in this thing, the cutting the wheat. Oh, he lost his contract with Balenciaga. Don't nobody care about Balenciaga. You shouldn't. I'm sure they wasn't paying him what he was worth. He don't need them. And we looking at him with pity like he lost something. It's time for me to take a break. Okay, I got to take a break, and then we're going to come back. And yes, I will be back in about 90 seconds. Okay. Yeah, let me see this. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty, and we are back. I appreciate you guys for letting us take the time to get our sponsorships out the way. And for those that heard the song on the radio. But again, if you got an event or a business that you'll like sponsored on KUAW, make sure to send us an email at kuaw985@gmail.com. We are Kansas City's global community radio station. So that means we are worldwide. So help us help you and get your event or message out there. Make sure to tap into our email. Again, make sure to go like and subscribe to our social pages. That is KUAW Radio, you on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page, KUAW Radio. Make sure to like, subscribe to our pages, and share them with your family and friends so they can also take part in the great content that we have here to offer on KUAW, as well as Texas 101 Jams. Make sure to tap in Texas 101 Jams on Instagram, texas101jams.com. You can go in there, sign up for our newsletter. You can get and as well as tune in. Download the TuneIn app and make sure you download Texas 101 Jams and KUAW Radio on your TuneIn app and check us out. I'm here every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 7 with The Truth Be Told. So yes. Okay. I've been working on that. But okay, so I just want to, okay, now I'm done talking about Kanye and accountability for your mindset and everything like that. I want to go into, on this second half, I want to go into something that I've been seeing. I've seen a lot on I've seen on social media, and it's actually been coming across my mind lately. I like to talk about relationships. So y'all would think I was in the best relationship ever, right? But or have had some, well, I've had some pretty good relationships, even though I'm single, but I had some pretty good relationships, I can say. But it's like I'm very aware of myself and my emotions and the things that cause to trigger me. And if you do something that triggers me, then more than likely we're just not gonna work out together, because you can't expect someone to change who they are and to complement who you are. Now, there's some things that people can compromise on and things that you should compromise on to be in a relationship with someone. But first you have to see if that person, just being that person, is someone that you even want to be in a relationship with. But anyway, so y'all know I love talking about relationships and everything like that. I really be feeling like I can write a book, I know I done talked at least two of my friends into marriage, and they still happily married and everything like so they tell one of my best friends tell me all the time that I should write a book. But it's just more the understanding and research that I do into understanding our counterparts as a woman. I do a lot of research to understand men. And it's just because, one, that's my beliefs. I feel like that is the natural way of life. Like, I feel like you are supposed to have someone to complement you in life. You are supposed to have someone to help you to build within life, to encourage you when you're down, to support you when you're up. Like, you're supposed to have, that yin and yang, is what completes it. So I'm not the type of person that believes there's like a one person for everyone. I believe that there is someone for everybody, but I don't believe that it's just one person. Because we come across too many people in our lives that, yeah, they're good people and we made it work for a while, but the relationship portion of it just didn't work. We just didn't work well as far as being in a relationship with each other. So therefore, we remain friends, or something like that. A lot of people don't like to remain friends. I'm the type of person that remain friends. I'm probably friends with most, if not all, my exes. And that's just because I'm really into believing building a friendship first. So anything that you build on top, when friendship is the foundation, anything that you build on top of that friendship, whether it falls or crumbles or whatever, that foundation of a friendship should be so strong that it's still standing, like a foundation of a house. That's how I think about it. That's how I compare it or whatever. So I think it's somebody, I don't know his name, talking about dating Erica Banks, and he said he broke up with her because she was too masculine. And so that's something that I wanted to talk about, because when we think about, first of all, I'm gonna give you guys, let me make sure I'm still on here. I ain't missing no comments. Okay, I'm not. Let me see. So I guess first of all, well, the first thing we have to do is look up a few definitions of masculine and what does it even mean when it says a woman is too masculine. You know what I'm saying? Because it says masculinity is qualities or attributes regarded as characteristics of men. And so when we say what are characteristics of men, see, at one point in time we were talking about what makes a man a good man. So we're talking about that providing, that protection that the man gives that makes you feel safe, that security, you know. As far as a woman, I know for me, I was raised by a man and I know what makes me feel like a man is a man, right? And what it means for a man to be a man, right? Or for me to consider a man a man. So, and that might be different for everyone too. So, you know, that's something that you have to decide for yourself. But when it says that providing a thing and things like that, and it's also an aggressive, to me, it's like a, you know, just aggressive more way that he talk, not really so in tune with their emotions, because men are not so much in tune with their emotion. They move off of logic, you know, and that's not necessarily saying it's a bad thing at all. It's not a bad thing at all. They're supposed to move off of knowledge, that off of logic. That's why I say you should always have at least one or two male best friends, because as a woman, because to me, that's gonna make sure that you're not getting out of line, you know, as far as, I don't know, crossing the line. There's a line to cross. See, a lot of people sometimes it can get misconstrued because let's say this, masculinity and femininity resides, both of them resides in all people, right? They reside in all people, because your soul does not have a gender. Your soul is an energy that possesses both of them. So if you think about reincarnation or believe in reincarnation, which means that you can come into a life and you can be a man or a woman, and so then one of those energies may be more present than the other, just like hormones. When we talk about testosterone and estrogen, well, all women have testosterone. It's just that it's what comes through more. When you're a woman, your estrogen comes through more instead of your testosterone. But you can be a woman that has more testosterone than you actually should. You know what I'm saying? It causes problems, you know, like hair on your face and PCOS and all kinds of things in a woman or whatever. Muscular, like it causes some things because it's certain things that is for the male form, you know. And so when we think about in relationships, or we thinking about now here's the thing you have to think about: why are so many women masculine? Now, when you consider masculine, if we're talking about that providing, if we're talking about that protection, you know, not nurturing, because nurturing is a feminine trait. That's why when you have two parent households, the father is the disciplinary and the mother is the, oh baby, it's okay, give him a hug type person. She the one that's gonna kiss the boo boo. Your daddy gonna say get up and put a bed and walk it off. You know what I'm saying? It's two different mentalities that are both needed to give to for a healthy emotional, to raise a healthy emotional child. You really need both aspects. So it's not the one thing that I want us to understand is it's not a good thing or a bad thing. You know, it's just a thing that you got to understand, because a lot of women do move in a lot of masculine energy because we are really independent. This generation has a generation of the most independent women than any other generation before. We didn't get only your husband can work and you couldn't work. We've been able to work. The education aspect of it,